Okay guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. So we do have some crazy leaks and of course, take this with a heap of salt. I am not saying that this is going to be confirmed whatsoever, but it is so juicy and exciting that we have to talk about this, guys. The leaks of Half-Life 6. Now, things are getting quite out of hand right now. There is this crazy particular leak that was released by a Redditor, and it's all about the AI physics. Apparently, the creators of Half-Life, Valve, have been delaying the release of the game because they want to introduce lots of AI improvements in terms of the processing power and rendering capacity of the game, so it can work on mid to low tier hardware without much effort. So this is not about generating AI assets into the game. This is about utilizing AI to do math, basically, to help the game work, right? So the Reddit account, source2 leak AIML, claims to have worked with Valve on Half-Life 3 and alleges an announcement on the 11th of December. That would be the Game Awards for this year, right? According to him, the game is coming and the announcement is quite imminent. Valve was waiting for what was the ability to handle, allegedly, physics, specifically fluids and destruction, using machine learning instead of expensive deterministic calculations. Take it with a grain of salt, of course, right? We have here the leak. As you can see here, the game is absolutely coming and the announcement is imminent. The breakthrough Valve was waiting for was the ability to handle physics, apparently, specifically fluids and destruction, using machine learning instead of expensive deterministic calculations. Put simply, Valve has integrated a pipeline into Source 2 that allows them to brute force high-fidelity simulations to build ground truth datasets. These datasets train models to predict physics interactions rather than compute them raw. So because they predict the physics, they consume less energy. Think movie quality water simulations, one-to-one structural destructions, and complex vehicle physics, all running smoothly on a mid-tier GPU. The hardware isn't solving the heavy math, it's just making efficient ML predictions via pre-trained models. Half-Life 3 is effectively the tech demo for this advancement. It allows developers to create experiences with 100 times the physical interactivity at less than 1%, allegedly, of the historical compute cost. It's a genuine game changer. Now, of course, if this is real, as you can imagine, the game engine would just be crazy. It would allow developers to make better games, more interactive games at a lower cost while using prediction mathematics and AI, which would just be crazy. Now, again, take it with a pinch of salt, guys. This is not 100% confirmed. Of course, things could go crazy and, it could be wrong. We also have this, the Game Awards. Now, this was published like on the 29th of November from Jeff Keighley, and he put here like a leak, right, on, not like a leak, but almost like a teaser of like what's coming next, right? And they found this particular monolith, effectively, and on the image you see that the street is called Yucca Mesa, right? This is a reference from Black Mesa, which is the facility in Half-Life, right? So again, it's very interesting because things are getting a bit out of hand. People are making lots of assumptions on this one, and time will tell if this is true or not. Time will tell if this is actually a possibility or not. I do believe that when the game is effectively announced, if it's this year, then yeah, it would just be crazy, because if you think about it, then that means that this game we will be getting effectively Grand Theft Auto 6 and also Half-Life 3. If Half-Life 3 would, for example, hypothetically release in spring, right, like for example May 2026, and then in November we get GTA 6, right, like the gaming world would just be going crazy. Like literally there will be no competition. Like these two games would just absorb the attention of 80% of gamers on the market for 2026, which is mad, right, if you think about it, right? So yeah, if this happens, honestly, guys, yeah, I think it would be crazy. It says this person, I want to believe that AI is not trained on human work, it's trained on physics to resolve complex physics scenarios. I'm in. Whatever eliminates the day one patch, AI skeptics in 2025 are cringe, akin to internet skeptics in 1999, I would imagine. Fluids don't count, they're weird. Grok, please tell me, is this true? Let's see what Grok says. This is an unconfirmed rumor stemming from a Reddit post, which many sources dismiss as likely a hoax or a troll. Valve has issued no official statement on Half-Life 3 on AI-based fluid simulations. We'll have to wait for something concrete. So yeah, obviously, people say this is fake, people say this is true. Nobody is really right or wrong, because at this point in time, we don't know really what's going on whatsoever. There was also a leak about 5 months ago where a different leaker said that the game was playable from start to finish. This was published like months ago, when people talked about the fact that one person who played the game, beta testing, they said that the game back in like summer 2025, it was finished, you could finish it from start to finish effectively, right? So people were going crazy. If this happens, guys, and we do get an announcement on the Game Awards on the 11th of December, honestly, I think people are not ready for this. Like, people genuinely, if we see straight away the logo and some gameplay, and it's freaking crazy, and it does run on a mid-tier GPU, right? So then everyone can play it. Even if you have an RTX 270, for example, or 260, you may still be able to play the game, right? If that's the case, Valve literally has printed hundreds of millions of dollars, like literally instantly. Like, that's it, instantly, hundreds of millions of dollars. As you can see here, Leaker still believes that Half-Life 3 will be announced this year with a spring 2026 release, which is crazy. Let's go to this article here. Maybe we have some more information. Twisted Voxel, this article here. Insider reaffirms earlier claims regarding Half-Life 3. So this insider apparently has said that, yes, it's happening. I don't know. Insider Gaming, Mike Straw took on Twitter X to reaffirm his earlier claim that Half-Life 3 will be announced this month, and that its release will happen sometime during spring 2026. The date he was told by his sources has yet to be arrived, though he was unable to verify it from at least 2 other sources. As such, he believes that Valve may have multiple dates to catch leakers. We have here the following. I've been asked so much. The date I was told hasn't been passed yet, though not being able to get at least 2 other people to verify it has me really thinking Valve did have multiple dates to catch leakers, said Straw in his Twitter post. Announcement date aside, source still believes it will be announced this year with a spring 2026 release. A fellow Twitter X member reminder, Straw Valve had also circulated different announcement dates for Half-Life Alyx, which people involved with the project in order to find out who was leaking the information. In response, the insider said that he believes that this is also the case with the announcement of Half-Life 3 based on the conversation he's had with other people in the game media. Last month, during an episode of Inside Gaming podcast, Straw mentioned that he had a release date for the unannounced Half-Life 3 on hand, but he isn't willing to share it because he believes it's a cannery trap set up by Valve to catch leakers. This is interesting, right? He reminded that both Tyler McIver and Gabe Follower are still firm about Half-Life 3 reveal happening in 2025 and haven't said anything about the change in plans. Back in August, both insiders reported out new data mined of updates on Counter-Strike 2 and the deadlock that uncovered evidence regarding the previously leaked Valve project codenamed HLX, believed to be the long-rumored Half-Life 3. Right, it's crazy, man. I mean, if this is crazy, right? Nick claimed, Xbox co-founder and Nick claimed that if the information he received is actually true, GTA 6 may have its thunder stolen on the hype scale, possibly hinting at an incoming Half-Life 3 announcement. So, of course, this is it. We don't know, guys. This is literally 100% like leaks right now. It may happen, it may not happen, we may get nothing at all, or we may get, in the Games Awards, the announcement. And guys, trust me, if this game is coming in spring 2026 and GTA 6 next year at the same time, it will be the most legendary year in gaming. Like, hands down, that's it. There's no argument, right? It will be the most legendary year in gaming, 2026. Nobody can compete with this year, because literally, like, you have 2 of the most expected games coming the same year, hypothetically, And if that happens, guys, it's a massive treat. Yeah, that's it for today's video, guys. As always, make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like because it does support me massively. And as always, I shall see you later in the next ones. Bye.